Browns.
How Browns is this right here? That the only reason you know this person's name is because the Browns are firing him today. And it continues an epic run of incompetence in a sport that legislates equality, and there is no patience and time for the Sam Hankies of the world who are trying to reinvent it under a salary cap. Those people, even if they are pioneers, they will never get to be viewed that way because the pioneering will be felt years from now.
Well, like Sam Henke, though, he may be the guy that sets up the Browns for success. They have an incredible amount of cap space. They have a ton of draft picks. Unfortunately, they don't believe that Sashi Brown is the guy to make good on those draft picks. If you miss out on Wentz and you miss out on Deshaun Watson and you're going to end up drafting a quarterback again this year, you have to have proven yourself, and he hasn't. I'm not really sure about keeping Hugh Jackson around because what new GM is going to come in and not want to be able to choose his own coach? That's a little bit suspect. But as far as the move, I don't necessarily blame the Browns. He set them up in good position, but they don't feel like he's going to make good on it, so it's time to move on.
Well, Sashi should be happy today. He's getting out of Cleveland.
Yeah,
he wants to stay there.
I mean, he gets out of
That's right.
I can get out of this entire situation.
Right.
I don't have to lose any more games. 0-16, only 12 of them are going to be on my resume? Hawaii, here I come.
How do you think Jerry Jones feels now that Fidel Godell has no deal?
I know that Jerry Jones doesn't like to lose, and I guess this feels like a loss that Roger Goodell, after everything that's happened, he's getting 5 years, $200 million. But I will say that Jerry Jones likes the idea of a circus. Jerry Jones has never minded any kind of attention around his team. So the idea that he brought transparency to this process, the idea that he put the fear of God in the commissioner and let everyone know that he's not with the commissioner, he's probably okay that this guy is running the league for the next 5 years. He'll continue to fight him, though.
Couldn't disagree more. While I understand that he does like drama, he lost, and now he has to deal with the guy he lost to, and now he probably wonders what his position within the league and its ownership is, because he was swinging around his big stick and proving to everyone that he was the strongest and richest and best of all, and guess what? He's not anymore, and this may actually affect the way other owners view him going forward, because he threatened to sue them over something he had already agreed to for solely personal reasons. Jerry Jones is not in a good spot, and now he's signed up for a whole nother era of Goodell with this contention between them that's bigger than it ever has been before.
I just don't understand why Sarah was smiling so much when she mentioned that there was a big stick being swung.
Just got a big stick that he swings to
Did he
show
get
his
the
power.
plane? Did he get the plane?
Oh, I think
Did he get the plane?
Did he get the plane?
Do we know if he got
That's
the
the key.
private
That's
plane?
the key to the
That's
deal.
what matters. Did Jerry Jones take the private plane out of the deal?
For a lifetime.
Does Tennessee's hire make up for all the madness?
Jeremy Pruitt is the hire, and the only good thing that you can say about the Tennessee coaching search is that it's over. I'm not even kidding. This is what this represents. This guy just needed to be something so the laughing at Tennessee could stop for a little while. So they just took the guy who was next to Nick Saban. That's awfully safe. It's not sexy. I don't know that there's anyone that you could have brought in that was going to feel good. They just needed to end this.
Well, does the hire make everything go away? Absolutely not. People are still going to talk about how this was bungled. A guy lost his job over it. A fan base was erupted over it. And Pruitt is a good choice. After all that's gone down, this guy's been a defensive coordinator for 4 national championships. He comes from a great pedigree in Saban. He becomes yet another defensive-minded coach in the SEC. This is a guy that I think could succeed very well. That being said, it doesn't fix anything. There's still the leftover hangover of how much they bungled this whole operation.
I talked to Lane Kiffin on the radio today, and we were talking about when they had those Alabama teams. This Pruitt guy isn't taking any of those players with him. Kiffin was saying, I would watch our warm-ups, and 2 guys that I knew would never play for us were better than everybody on the other team. That's how Pruitt got to where he is today.
But Pruitt is also considered one of the best recruiters, and he was bringing some of those guys to Alabama. So if he can take that magic and bring them to Tennessee again, he could be in a good spot.
I bet that he's very happy today. He doesn't have to be next to Tricky Nicky anymore.
Oh, Pruitt gets out of that
He's breathing
situation.
a sign of relief.
Right. Thank you,
That's
finally.
right. I want to get out of here.
Okay.
Throw at me
Anywhere.
whatever you got in mind.
Anywhere.
I'll take the job. That's
Anywhere.
it. I just want to get out of here.
Anywhere.
I'm going to say it worked out pretty well for him being next to Tricky Nicky.
Whose side are you taking? Michael Mitchell's or Aussie's?
Michael Mitchell was passionate yesterday. He is a Pittsburgh safety. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati played the most violent game of the season. And listen to Mr. Mitchell here get fired up.
At the end of the day, this is football. If you want to see flag football, then let's take our pads off. That would make it easier for me, because now I don't got to wear heavy. But give us flags for me to pull off, because that way I know what we're playing. You know, I signed up to play full-speed contact football, and we're not doing that. I feel like I got to ask a guy, hey, are you ready for me to hit you right now before I hit you? And that's crazy. So let's not try to turn it into some evil, dirty game. It's football. It's no different than UFC fighting. This is a combat, contact sport. There's going to be injuries. That's just what it is. But if you don't want to get injured, then don't come out here. This is for real men. This is a man's game. Ray Lewis said that a couple years ago. I stand by that. It's a man's game. If you want to be a little kid, you don't want to get your hit, then don't come out here because this is for grown men.
He is fired up. And Osi Umenyiora, another defensive player. This is not a defensive perspective. Osi Umenyiora is coming after him on Twitter. Saying, are players really this dumb? Hate to say it, but come on. Former players have died and are dying horrible deaths because of head trauma, and you're complaining because the league is taking steps to at least try and reduce it, make it flag football ridiculous.
Yeah, listen, the flag football stuff and the kind of flippant way that he addressed it to me is embarrassing for him. I understand his point of view that it is incredibly difficult for defensive players in the league right now to not get on the wrong side of penalties. It's fast, it's last minute, split-second decision making, and oftentimes the offensive player moves and the defensive player can't adjust. That being said, Ryan Shazier is still in the hospital. We do not know what his future looks like. There are players that retired and intentionally shot themselves in the chest and said, please study my brain. We cannot watch football the way we used to. Whether or not you want to play it and you believe it's a man's game and you should want to get hit. Knowing what we know now, things have to change. Whether you like it or not, just ignoring it's not going to make anything go away.
We didn't play one of the clips, though, that Sarah mentioned as a diluter on the front of what it is that she was saying, which is totally fair. It cost that dude $50,000 because Andy Dalton threw a ball poorly, and he ended up hitting a guy wrong who was diving into him, and it was totally unavoidable. That's the birthplace of how angry he is. $50,000 for nothing would make it feel like you, too, were treated unfairly.
But then he goes on to say defensive players are getting a bad rep because of this. But instead of arguing it eloquently and smartly and saying he understands the dangers of football, but unfortunately it's being disproportionately affecting defensive play, he calls it flag football and says you're not a real man. Wow, there's guys from his own team in the hospital. I'm sorry, but that's not the way to get people on your side and to stop thinking that you're not some sort of defensive guy who's out to hurt people.
Is LeBron right that he's taken for granted? What? Come on, stop crying, LeBron.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Let's see. Let's go to shoot around.
I think people just grown accustomed of what I do, and you know, it gets taken for granted at times of what I do. You know, and because I do it so often, and it's been a constant thing for so long. It's like, oh, yeah, that's what LeBron's supposed to do. You know, so it looks easy, but it's not.
Let me start by saying he is 100% right.
Yes, he is.
He has been doing this for so long and so well that we forget how much work goes into it. He changes his game to adjust to the league. He changes his play to adjust to his teammates. He's got personal bests in multiple categories at this age after all the wear and tear he's been through. But all that being said, nobody wants to hear it. And I know that that's unfair for him to be totally right and for no one to want to hear it. But you're one of the greatest players of all time. We cannot heap enough praise on you. Sometimes you just have to suck it up and accept that you're not always going to get the love that you deserve for being as great as you continue to be.
I know, but I'd like a little extra love. And if I had all the love in the world, I'd like a little bit more love because I was kind of bored with just having all the love in the world. I'd be looking around for other places to get love. He's totally right on everything that he said. And one day he might convince this old man, who's going to be the last stubborn guy playing the violin as everything burns.
He's lucky that Kyrie Irving made that shot with about 45.
There it is. See,
Otherwise, he's going to be chasing
there it is.
for Cleveland.
My father would take even less for granted if Kyrie had missed that shot.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
The girls.
No, this is a game jersey. See how tight it is?
Tight.
Yeah, you can't.
What? You're not expected to put it on, man.
No. They're just gonna put a mannequin in there.
This is a game jersey?
Yeah.
Bro, that's tight.
Technology, they don't even have belts anymore. That's how tight they are.
You know the technology, man. That thing stretches out, man. But and then gets you real tight, so it's crazy.
That accidentally ate the bar of soap. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question if Hofstra drew it up this way?
All right, so Hofstra is down 3 to Monmouth. And let's see, we've got a 1-1 situation. That's just 2 free throws. You're down 3. These are 2 free throws. You got to make the first one. What happens here? Here we go. Got to make this one.
All right.
There you go.
All right, now we're down 2.
There's the miss on purpose.
Oh,
There's
the
the
miss. The 3 for the win.
I do think they drew it up that way.
Oh!
Yes, I do think that was a play. I absolutely believe that was the plan right there. That was something that they planned.
They've been practicing that tip, rebound, pass for the 3 for the win all week.
Yes.
Just in case.
But the reaction told me that they never made it work in practice.
Yes, the reaction
got all excited,
the reaction did seem like they were surprised the whole thing went well. That's right. Yes, like, really, that worked? That never even we did it amongst ourselves.
You were right, Coach.
It's not joy, it's surprise.
Do you question if Herm should have known this?
This again?
No, this isn't this again. This is something else. Before, it was about the Devils and whether they were the Sun Devils. Did he know it because he's saying, I'm a Christian, you're from the Devil's Digest. Be careful with that, young man. And people thought he didn't know that the name of the team was the Devils. Now, he's being shown a game jersey. Arizona State, look what happens.
Oh, boy.
The girls.
No, this is a game jersey. See how tight it is?
Tight.
Yeah, you can't.
What? You're not expected to put it on, man.
No. You're just gonna put a mannequin in there.
This is a game jersey?
Yeah.
Bro, that's tight.
Technology, they don't even have belts anymore. That's how tight they are.
You know, the technology, man, that thing stretches out, man, and then gets you real tight, so it's crazy, isn't it?
That's nice. Little girl. Oh, little girl. A little kid's jersey.
He thought it was a girls or a kids
Right.
jersey.
Do you think he just realized he doesn't get to play with NFL players?
Do you realize the players are smaller there, right, Herm? You know that, right? Also, by the way, the office is not smaller there. Nice work, Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
That view, spectacular when you don't know the team's nickname or the jerseys.
Leather-bound books.
Woo!
Oh.
You want to see that shirt looking real tight? Send it to my son.
Oh, really?
That's it. That'll be real tight. Real tight.
It would be tight. I thought he was going to say, send it to me. It would look tight. But no, it would look even tighter on me. That's true. Yeah,
Everything's this medium.
It would. I would put it around my thigh, and it would still be tight.
Do you question shooting your shot?
Okay, we go Orlando, Atlanta Hawks basketball. We go to Kiss Cam coverage. We're very good at that. Let's see what we've got here.
Okay.
Oh,
Feeling it?
Get down. And look,
okay.
look
He
at
wants
Gene.
him to kiss her. She's not into it at all.
Yeah, Gene Wojciechowski. Shut down.
Does look like Gene Wojciechowski. Also, if you're a dude and there's a kiss cam and she's not looking at you at all, she's looking out at the world, she's not into it.
That is fat, evil Gene Wojciechowski.
Save your shot.
Golden Corral Gene Wojciechowski.
What?
Can I say something to that guy?
Yes, of course.
Hey,
Gene.
don't feel bad. Even the great ones, they get rejected.
Ah, yes, the great
Oh,
one.
the great one. Yes, I mean, that is, yeah, no thank you. No.
The face.
Oh, shame, great one, shame.
Oh, is that what marriage is like after long enough?
My highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game who has an iron stomach. See or no?
Tell us what's on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
On NBC and the NFL Network, Thursday Night Football, Saints and Falcons.
Yeah, this is a good one. Boppy, the Falcons, they would have been last year's Super Bowl champions. And, if they just lopped one fourth quarter off of the season, the Falcons would be your reigning champions. But now they're outside of the playoffs. They cannot afford to lose any more games if they want to make the playoffs. So this one's going to be fun tonight. Sarah, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued. Thursday Night Football, very intriguing. This is the first of 2 times these teams will meet in the next 3 weeks, and it could be more of a fair matchup than you think. Lattimore could be out, and so could Ingram. And with the Falcons allowing almost 120 yards rushing per game, they would love to see Ingram sidelined. It could be much closer if that happens.
Boppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? The Falcons, they're hanging in there by a thread, I mean, but they got Devante Freeman, that guy from Miami. And then you got Julio Jones, that Latino player. And then you got Matt Ryan, that's a hell of a 1-2-3 punch. They are going to make NFL history tonight. Putting all my money on the Falcons tonight.
Okay, all the money on the
That's
Falcons.
right.
Julio Cojones.
I am
yes.
No, you're not allowed to say that on television. I'm going to put all my money on the Falcons are not going to make history tonight.
Wow.
By the way, Poppy, what history are they going to make? What history are they going to make?
Well, you could be a blowout in the making, 55-0 or something like that, you know. I mean,
So no.
hanging in there by a thread. That's it. They're hanging.
That's all you had. I had hanging in there by a thread. They're desperate.
Dude from Miami.
He didn't have anything. Dude from Miami. I did my honest joke, and I did that, and that's all I had.
Yeah.
And the Latino player, Julio Jones.
Yeah, I said that already.
That
Now I'm in reruns.
Not that
Now
one.
I'm in reruns. He's not
Hell of a
listening.
1, 2, 3 punch.
Right, 1, 2, 3 punch. Right.
On TNT, Lakers and Sixers.
No, thank you. But let's check in with Joel Embiid doing bad things to this guy from the Suns. His last name is Len. Len is his name. Alex Len. And here is
Goodbye.
yeah.
Again.
And then
His own miss.
And not a chance.
oof, good God, that's how it would look if I was trying to shoot against him. Oh, over on this side too.
Have some of that
Oh.
sun. Yep.
Oh.
Poor Alex Len.
Wow, that was really not nice what we did to him,
Yeah.
what Embiid did to him. Like, they gave it
Rubbing
days
it
ago.
in.
We're still covering it.
Yep.
Sarah, are you intrigued?
No, not really. I do want to see if Lonzo Ball can get his free throw average above 50%.
Yes, big baller. Let's go. Is that too much to ask, Poppy? Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? You know, he won't be able to pull that trick on the Lakers. Are you kidding me? You know, who is the center for the
That's
Lakers?
a good question.
That's
Great
Who is the
question.
center
I
for
don't
the
know.
Lakers?
Does anyone know?
Anybody know?
Do you know?
I think it's LeVar Ball.
Center.
I think it's LeVar Ball.
Who is the They traded Mozgov. Who's the Lakers center? Who? You don't know? Don't keep looking at us. We don't know. Is it Roy Hibbert? My father started the bidding at Roy Hibbert. I mean, it was a few years ago. It's no longer Roy Hibbert.
The Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow, Roy
That's
Hibbert.
right.
No.
Wait a second.
Who is the center for the Lakers?
Brooke Lopez is the center for the
Oh,
Lakers.
Brooke Lopez, that's right. That's what I
Roddy
meant to say.
Lopez.
Brooke
Oh,
Lopez.
how do we forget?
He's the good Lopez brother. My bad.
On Fox Sports West, Senators and Kings.
No, thank you, but this allows us to show you a heavyweight fight. Usually we just cover fights in hockey of all sorts. Rare is the heavyweight fight where you got anybody.
Yeah.
How? Sarah, are you intrigued?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, honestly, it's 2017.
Yeah.
Like, what is
not
that?
part of the sport. It's
Poppy.
just everyone just stops and watches dudes try to punch each other on skates.
It's ridiculous.
It makes no sense.
Took the skate off and slashed him with him. You'd be like, why are they doing that? Why that's allowed? Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, that wasn't a heavyweight hockey fight. This is one. This is the one I like.
Look at this guy. This guy's ready to brawl right here. Number 44. Come bring it.
What league is this? Must be a feeder league for the NHL.
This is
These
the
guys
NHL
are steps
right here.
away from the big
Oh,
time.
yeah. Big boy's ready to brawl right here.
What is he? He's preening like a bird ready to mate.
Yes.
This is how much foreplay we need before this. What's sure to be a terrible fight of two people who can
No,
barely
not a
skate.
terrible fight. Look at Lanny McDonald there, number 20. He's
What
letting himself
is
go in retirement.
happening?
Yeah, look at that. Yes! Yes, and a big victory there by Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott, former UFC champion, now 60 years old.
I
Big win for
really
him.
think they're taking the beer league thing a little bit too specifically.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Ooh, I think that I wore this shirt already this week. Doesn't smell too good.